So, Restream really isn't working too terribly well lately. That's kind of a bummer, but that's fine. We got you here. We're here now. Uh, Wanted to share a few things with you. Robert Reese, good to see you, sir. Uh, share a couple things with you here this morning. Very interesting. Very interesting situation in reading my email this morning. Let's see if I can show you this. And it really just kind of made me think I should tell you about this. So I'm going to tell you about this because it's shenanigans. It's nonstop shenanigans and organized crime. So let's see here if we can share this screen. Okay, so what is Atticus? Atticus, interestingly enough, is a software program that allows theoretically people that write books to publish books. Now, the problem with that is that if you read this advertising that they're sending you, it's not just about formatting your book, it's about becoming an organized criminal and getting in on the theft of an empire by producing absolute and complete and utter garbage that is just like Google AdWords searched. So what does it say here? And this is wonderful as you start reading this. What tool you ask? Publisher Rocket, of course. Now, what is Publisher Rocket? It's game-changing research, which means data about our world stolen from Kroger and Amazon and everybody else. Your data that is then chewed up. And now they're going to start use it to help format their books, to choose the keywords in their books, to choose the topics, to choose the titles. If you don't own Publisher Rocket yet, this could be a great time to sign up. Q4 is historically one of the best sales periods because that's what writing books is about. It's about sales periods in Q4. That's what writing books is about, sales periods in Q4. So, touching up your book search engine optimization to maximize sales is a great idea. Now, it might sound like a great idea because that's what Pedro or all the sellouts do, right? Is they search engine optimize all their titles and their words. But what are they not? They're not organic. They're not human or connected to us. They're not for our benefit anymore. So people are now writing books for Google, not to be read by humans, but to be sold by Google. People are writing books not to be read by humans, but to be sold by Amazon. That's what they're writing books for. They're writing books as a scam to be sold on Amazon. How do you know that? Uh, you could just read here. This is so great. They say, where does it say this? This is what nauseated me. We write, of course, blah, 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 puzzle. Through Atticus, we're doing our very best to make formatting as easy as possible. That's lovely. Atticus is a software tool that allows you to format. Publisher changes the game. Oh, here, this is my favorite part. Publisher Rocket game changing category structure and even spying on their competitors. Even spying. So this company here called Publisher Rocket is selling you in this marketing email to Atticus customers, of which, I am one. I bought the Atticus software so I could lay out my own book. But what they're selling me is that I could spy on and use AI and keywords to steal the ideas and concepts and literature of people and then put it all in a package and make money in Q4. Which is just the worst offer I've ever heard in my life for somebody that cares about writing. I do not write anything according to Google keywords or search engine optimization or anything else. And if I did, I would suggest you never, ever, ever read it. If I write anything for Google search engine optimization, don't read it because it'll be all lies. It'll be garbage because this is garbage. This is steaming hot, rancid garbage they're selling you. And that's the books that you're getting now are steaming hot, rancid garbage that are engineered to confirm your worldviews and to drive Q4 sales. That's what books are now. Hot garbage for you to drive sales, right? So this is absolutely pathetic. And so what else are we doing here? This bundle, of course, includes Amazon ads training for authors. Well, that's what you need to be a good author. You don't want to read Steinbeck. You don't want to read War and Peace, because War and Peace is too long of a book. You don't want to actually be literate. You need yourself some Amazon ad training for authors is what you need. And you need some Amazon, you need some author platform training. That's definitely what you got to get, is you got to get yourself some author platform training. Then you go out and you get Shelby Lee to sell you the TikTok, Instagram author bundle. Once you get the TikTok, uh, yeah, the more hate, the better is right, Robert Reese. We got ignorant people here that hate because they're selling out our brothers and sisters into slavery and genocide. That's what those ignorant haters do, because this is the world they want. They want a world of fraud and bullshit, not real books by real people who have real thoughts in a real head in the present moment. They want fucking Kroger and Amazon and Google packaged up dipshittery served to them between two covers, and they want to be told it's a book. And you know what? They'll never even read it, so it doesn't matter. They're never going to read it. It's just a marketing game. This is content produced for nobody. It's produced pointlessly to sell through algorithms. The transformational book masterclass. Well, what was I doing studying the gig economy for 4.5 years and living and breathing with you? I should have just taken the transformational book masterclass, Robert. I should have just said, I should have just taken the how to get booked on as a podcast guest. And then if I can get booked on a podcast with Harry Campbell and Sergio Avedian on Show Me the Money Club, sponsored by Uber and Lyft and all the other fucking corporate ghouls that want us dead. If I can get booked on there, I'm winning the how to get booked on a podcast race, Robert. And so what else do we get to do? Because remember, they told us last part of their sales letter here, we can even use it for spying, right? Because the best type of market intelligence is spying and cheating. That's what we learned from our corrupt American government and shitty genocidal empire. Surprise money book funnels for authors. Well, heck, why should I write a book on a relevant topic to humanity? I need myself some surprise money book funnels for authors, is what I need. So I can find that money book funnel, because I got to write a book for the money book funnel for Jeff Bezos. Because you know what cloud capitalists are going to do? They're going to take all the money. When you write a song, they're going to take all the money. If you do a book, they're going to take all the money. They're going to give you some small percentage of the book. How does Amazon print a book written by a human and sell it to you and take 40 or 50 or 60 or 80% of the proceeds? Well, because it's a scam. It's cloud capital. They don't, maybe if Amazon came up with a business model where they were the cloud capitalist platform of the world and they took 1% of book sales, wouldn't that be too much? Wouldn't 1% be too much and much more than they deserve? It would. 1% would be so much more than Amazon deserves for what they do. 1% would be so much more than Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and all the app slavery scams in the world contribute to our economy and to our world, because they're killing us. They give us nothing. They give us fraud. They spy on us, and then they sell us products to spy on each other, because that's how morally bereft we are. A book cover critique from Matt Stone. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to get the right book cover, because that's what books are about. Got to sell, sell, sell. Bundle Dream Clients Blueprint for Coaches and Books to Profit Roadmap. Oh, well, sure. Look, that's what we need, is a blueprint for coaches so that we can print books for profit, because that's how we help people, by coaching them for our profit. That's why we help people for coaching them. Do you see what an utter and complete and total embarrassing load of bullshit this is? how in any world these guys should be driven out of business overnight. In any just world, these guys should be driven out of business overnight as the utter shysters and fraudulent monsters that they are, capitalizing on Google's cloud capital to sell authors into writing for AI and writing for search engine optimization? You think writers should be publishing books for search engine optimization? It was bad enough when they printed lies on websites for search engine optimization, and they do corporate news for search engine optimization. And now books from independent writers are now supposed to use search engine optimization and AI. Why would any human even try to write a book? I could just dump all my stuff into AI today with all the keywords that these bullshit artists tell me to choose, and just spit it out and put it out, and it would probably make money. And I would never ever do that in a million years. Even for $1 million, I would not give my work over to AI and Google keywords to print and sell for money to save myself. I just wouldn't do it. It's not worth it, man. I would not do that. And I could. It would actually be the only reasonable way for me to get my work out, because nobody even gives me a penny to survive. So I should just cheat and use the system. I should just cheat with Google AI. I should just cheat with the AdWords. I should just sell fucking ice cubes to Eskimos who don't need them, and just get on the con, spy on all my fellow authors and steal their work. That's what I should do, because that's what they said. Spying. What part of? Wait a minute. Here's the deal. I got my master's in business administration from one of the top business schools on the planet, Duke University, and we did not have a class on spying. There was not a single class on spying. But spying is core to creating a viable product today. Is that what we're being told here by our friends over here at at Master Stacks and Master Publisher Rockets and Atticus? This is what we're being sold. Unlock your picture book. Well, that's just fun. Book breakthrough. Writing romance mastery summit. Oh man, I bet you AI can write as good shitty romance as anybody else. You just plug it in there and spit it out with the right keywords. What are the right keywords for AI romance books now? I wonder. We could find out, and we could write a book, and we could just go into the publishing business to sell books to Google AdWords that people are never ever going to even open up. What a what a pathetic excuse for innovation. What a pathetic, shameful business these people are in, to encourage writers to pollute their thoughts and pollute their creativity with Google fucking AdWords and search engine optimization. Shame on them. Shame forever on these monsters who are destroying the last vestiges of humanity and literature with their search engine optimization for their global monopoly techno-feudalist monsters. Holy crap, how bad can this dog shit get? Well, here's some good stuff. Here's some good stuff. One of Oregon. Oregon has very few homegrown successful companies, even locally. But one of these homegrown successes that advertises on all our football games, all our radio networks, is called Pacific Office Automation. But guess what this swell feller did over at Pacific Office Automation? Well, he sexually abused two teenage boys at Gresham High School, where he worked in 1989, and then went on to become a CEO, where guess what he did? He sexually abused his employees as a closeted gay man who's married and has a family and runs around sexually abusing people and then paying them off because he has wealth immunity. He has wealth immunity, and this is who's running advertising on the Ducks and Beavers football games on the weekends. This guy right here, who molested children at Gresham High School, is a known predator and a leader of the Oregon community and your local Duck and Beaver Broadcasting Network. How is this even believable? Except it is, because in a world where this guy is a CEO, that's the same world that authors start writing their books for search engine optimization. This is insanity. This is utter insanity. You want to know why I'm not producing a book? Because nobody is reading books, because books were destroyed. When you and I figure out how we can transact in a book without Google bastardizing it into nothingness, well, then we'll talk about putting a book together. But Google and Pacific Office Automation, who is raping your children and raping your neighbors and sexually harassing people and running all of the broadcasts for your college football where they worship the military industrial complex, who's committing genocide in your name. What the fuck are we doing, people? CEO and convicted sex offender. Nobody in this chat, me included, can even get a job that compensates us fairly for being gone from our house all day. But this sex offender of children is a CEO. Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think that that's a coincidence that this child rapist rose to power? Because I'm going to tell you it's not. And you won't find that in your Google search engine optimization statistics. You won't be finding that in your Google search engine optimization statistics, that the rich sex offenders just go on to become richer, pay each other off, turn their backs. They have wealth immunity. They have wealth immunity in this empire. They can rape kids and then go on to be a CEO. They can rape employees and then just keep doing it. I'm not capable of making any of this stuff up. Nobody's capable of making any of this stuff up. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They're destroying your literature. They're destroying your writers. They are destroying your musicians. They are destroying everything and everyone who represents humanity, our present moment, and peace. If you represent our present moment, authenticity, a human being who doesn't think they're special and just knows they're another human being trying to survive on planet Earth, they're going to drive you out of existence, because there's only one metric for their fraud, and that is money. And you have none, and they have it all. And now it's a game of keep away. You can't even get their money. They own everything. They now own the books that haven't been written yet. Do you see what I'm telling you? Do you see what I just uncovered for you today in this platform for independent writers? So independent writers that are trying to break free of the influence of a publisher who's going to tell them what and how to write, and what and how they can say whatever they want to say, they're being driven out of existence, because Google doesn't have to keep them from publishing a book. I can publish Full Dash Closure or any of my other books on paper, and nobody will ever give me money for them. I can give them away on free on PDFs, because Google can't tax a free PDF. But do you think I'm going to go spend all of my time through the painful process of writing and editing my own work to put it out in a PDF and give it away for fucking free? It's already on the internet for free. It's already on Twitter and on Medium and on YouTube and on Substack. It's all over. I tell you the truth every single day. But if you think I'm gonna fucking package it up and spend, because nobody likes to go through and read their own work. I don't want to fucking go through and read my old writing and shit like that. That's why people have editors and help and layout and stuff. I'm not into. I'm not a book layout guy. I'm not a graphic guy. I'm a word guy. I don't do it all myself. But you think I'm going to go do all of that to give 90%, 95% to Jeff Bezos? or 95% to Google's search engine optimization tools? Why? And they can just make sure nobody reads it because I can put out the best AI book, the best book on the gig economy and everything else, and they're not. And they will only sell it on their platforms if they get to keep all the money, and they will only show it on their search engine results if I play ball with their keywords and their topics, not my keywords, not my topics. And I don't even follow the news cycle. I don't read the daily news for the news cycle. I have specific topics that I research every day. And I glance through the local paper to see which pedophiles that raped high school kids are now CEOs. I like to read about my local pedophile CEOs who raped high school kids and are known predators. And now they rape adults in the corporate world because, of course, they do. Because, of course, they do, because that's what they do with our mayors and city councilors and politicians and everybody else, all our musicians, right? They get power, and who rises to power but the predators and the child rapers and the people that get compromising information on each other. And that's what Diddy is. That's what Jeffrey Epstein was. That's what all of this stuff is. Even just the little corporate cabal of Rideshare Rodeo and Show Me the Money Club and Pedro and all the dipshittery over there. It's just a little corporate cabal. It's just a cabal. It's just a smaller cabal of people that cover up for each other's crimes and lies, right? That's all this is people covering up for each other's crimes and lies. And so when you get somebody that's just straight up sharing the news and constantly on topic with what's going on, they're going to get attacked. If you're just sharing the facts and the truth, you're going to get attacked because your facts and truth do not correspond to the news cycle and the algorithms. If you're not lost in voting for a dictator that wants you dead, if you're not bought into the manufactured consent of the empire that wants you dead, then your work will never be seen. They can just make it disappear because the utilities for finding and buying and transacting anybody's work are owned by the empire. They're owned by Jeff Bezos. They're owned by Peter Thiel and Mark Zuckerberg and everybody else. And if you think you're going to find a way outside of their cloud capitalist platform and web of control and surveillance to transact legitimate business, I'm just going to promise you, you're not. They got every trick in the book, and every loophole you're looking for, they've got people that are working to close it. Every loophole that you've got that is looking for some way for human survival, for legitimate business, for non-corrupted original thought, to the extent that that even exists in our world anymore, non-corrupted original thought, to the extent that that even exists as a force in our world anymore, which I don't think it does. I think collectively that non-corrupted original thought is, for the most part, on a societal level, dead. Could we rekindle it with awakening? It's possible. It's also not likely, because what we are being sold here in every way, shape, and form is death. What authors are being sold here by catering to search engine optimization is the death of authors. That's the death of writing. That's the death of original books. Because until we have a new system with new incentives and even a new medium of exchange or a new way for us to view an economy, I have my skills in writing books. I can write millions of words, and I do have millions of words, but those words are worth nothing unless they're transacted through techno-feudalist monsters who are going to steal it all. So am I going to allow them to steal all my work? Am I going to put it out for them to steal it, for me to put it out for free, everything? No. And it's not because I don't want to, because I really wouldn't mind, but I would have to go through a massive, massive amount of work to reorder it from where it already is, because it already exists. This is nothing. I mean, I write every day. I have thousands of words every day, but I've got millions and millions of words. I could reorder them and put them online, but I get nothing out of that, right? They stole all the incentive from me as an artist, a poet, a writer, somebody who could write a novel, somebody who's written multiple books. They stole all the incentive for me to do that work, to produce that content, because I have no way to transact that with you. You're not here in my present moment. There's very few of you that will even be reached by my content because of their cloud platforms. And those of you that are reached with keywords and thoughts. And um, only those of you that are awake and that are driving your own access and not paying attention to the Google algorithm and Pedro and Show Me the Money Club, only those of you that are kind of already outside the news cycle are even paying attention to what I'm doing, which is virtually no one, right? Statistically, nobody. Statistically, we're all alone in the wilderness, and we're all alone in the wilderness. So this is your warning, right? This is old me, Jeff Thomas Black, telling you uh, danger, danger, danger. If you think independent authors are now giving you independent thought and independent content, they're not. They're not. Who else is co opted? Well, I mean, look, uh, everyone's going to tell you this, right? Go to our friends over here at Sensible Medicine, and every article that they talk about, whether it's the doctors that are swingers having sex parties while you're on lockdown, uh, whether it's uh, whether it's old-fashioned doctors that talk about how medicine actually would be if you cared about your patients. I mean, Sensible Medicine. This whole website is about the fact that you've been sold out. You have been sold out 100% to ghouls, to corporate ghouls, to corporate fascism. Insurance companies, they're just killing you. Corporate fascism. The regulators, the FDA, corporate fascism. They're not doing any regulations. The companies just regulate themselves. These doctors that are influencers and public leaders and all this kind of stuff, they're degenerates. And look, I don't have anything against a good degenerate having everybody have sex with his wife. That's all fine. But they're doing it while they're lying to us. They're imprisoning us while they go have their sex parties. They can go have their sex parties, but I'm not going to prison and I'm not going to live under their tyranny while they have the sex parties. They're going to have the sex parties, and then I'm going to have to be free while they're having their sex parties because we're never trusting them again. They lost our trust forever, forever. And maybe the fascists, the corporate fascists, don't understand that they lost our trust forever, but they lost our trust forever. They lost our trust forever. And now that they're not getting it back, they want Google AdWords and whatever dog shit, heinous, anti-human software that they're selling, whatever publisher rocket is, whatever all these things. This is the end. This is the end of independent human thought. And they're doing it behind your back. And what did they say? They told you on page one, what's it best for? Why did you go into business? Why did you go to business school? Because if you're a savvy self-publisher, you have to spy. You have to lie, cheat, and steal and spy because this is a war and people are going to die. And in a war, when people are dying, you just don't want it to be you. You don't want to be on the list of the people doing the dying. You want other people to do the dying. You want to do the spying and the killing, not the dying. That's how people like to do war. So I'm going to keep this short, right? It was a cluster because for some reason, I don't know what's going on with this audio system, but Restream is not sharing audio well these days. And so it made the start of the show a mess. Doesn't matter. This is stuff you need to know. Um, this little show here has been called Everything is Garbage uh, under corporate fascism and techno-feudalist tyranny. And there's a reason for that because everything is, in fact, garbage right now. Everything is complete and total hot, steaming garbage. And if you trust any source, even an independent book now, you must know that that book is being corrupted most likely, unless that author tells you. And maybe if I ever do publish something here, I'm thinking, as they say, thinking out loud. If I ever publish anything for you on paper, and we find a way to transact that doesn't make Jeff Bezos richer, which is very unlikely, right? That we do any of these things. But if I ever do, there's going to be a disclaimer on the front of my book that says no search engine optimization was used in the writing of this book. No keywords were used in the writing of this book. The writing of this book was 100% human and organic. That's the reason you should read this book. And if you don't see that disclaimer, I'm going to throw it out there for other independent authors. If you're using this software as an independent author to do keywords for your book, you suck. You're a shitty writer and a shitty human being. That's what I'm going to tell you. If you're using keywords to author your content and to title your book and to target your audience, you're a shitty human being, and I don't like you very much. I'm angry at you. Okay, I'm doing a bad example of peace, but I'm very upset about this. I'm very upset about this to see the last vestiges of independent thought and independent authorship being assaulted so directly with just the spying, just the absolute marketing of fraud, the marketing of fraud. Look at what everybody else is doing, steal it, and then shit it out and then make money on it. Look at what everybody else is doing, steal it by spying, and then shit it out in the different format with AI and make money on it. Do you think any of us couldn't do that with the right resources? Of course we can. That's not a human exercise. That's not writing a book. That's not creating content. It's just software. Of course you can shit out AdWords that people can read. Of course you can shit out AdWords that people can read. Of course you can, and that's what you're getting. Everybody, you have a great and lovely and wonderful Friday. This is September 27th. It's 11:35 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and I kept this mercifully short for you and mercifully short for me because this is just another little dip into dystopia to show you how far we have fallen and the fact that under techno-feudalism, everything is garbage. Everything is now garbage. Have a great day, everybody. Don't eat garbage.